would like to explain how mindful breathing works. As you know, nobody wakes up in the morning and says, "Today I'm going to be depressed or anxious." It happens to them. And when they try to control it, quite often they are not successful. It's very much like a child who is misbehaving and you ask the child to stop it, be quiet. He will stop that activity for a short while, but then he's at it again. And again you ask him to be quiet, stop it. He can't for very long. Do you know why? Because this child is full of energy, he's excited. He has to do something. You can't just ask him to sit there quietly with folded hands in a chair. That won't happen. Our mind is like the child. It needs an object to dwell on all the time. You can't just ask the mind to stop thinking about something. So basically what I'm saying here is that you have to distract your mind into something else. Now the problem is that this something else has its own stress. You want to watch television and you see all sorts of horrible things happening in the world, wars going on. You may get upset when you talk to a friend and the friend may tell you things that can be upsetting. You want to watch a film, and if it's a sad film or a horror film, you may end up feeling upset. So every object of distraction has its own stress. And if you want to de-stress yourself, you have to find an activity that does not create its own stress. It should be emotion neutral and thought neutral. Now there are lots of activities which are emotion neutral, like going for a walk, swimming, going to the gym, doing DIY in the house, cooking, ironing, cleaning. They don't create strong emotions. But the problem with them is that your mind is free to think. You may go for a walk, but your mind is free to think of all sorts of worrying thoughts. And it's the same with other activities as well. It's like saying to a child, "Come on, let's draw a butterfly. Let's color it." And in trying to color the butterfly, the child has to drop the mischief, as he can't be doing the mischief and coloring the butterfly at the same time. In the same way, our mind can't be dwelling on a thought or a feeling and observing our breath at the same time. So you need an activity which is thought neutral. It should be incompatible with having any thoughts. And observing your breathing is an activity which is incompatible with having any thoughts. Your mind has to drop the activity or thought or emotion in order to observe the breathing. So when you start watching your breath, you are distracting your mind from all your thoughts and feelings onto your breathing, and those thoughts and feelings will fade away in the background. It's your attention that fuels the fire. It's very much like your foot is on the accelerator in the car and it's racing. But when you take your foot off the accelerator and put it on the brakes, even if it is for a few seconds, you see the difference. Your car slows down. That's how you can control your mind bit by bit. And eventually you may acquire control over your mind to an extent that if you don't want to think about something, you will have the ability not to think about that thing. And that can help you manage your anxiety and stress better.